Conflict, inflation, high food prices, and major disruptions to livelihoods have altogether left Nigeria crippled by food insecurity. There's a concern for the dire needs of an estimated 3 million people in parts of northeast Nigeria. The international humanitarian organization called Action Against Hunger have found it rather difficult to reach these people's needs due to the intensity of violence. After the declaration by the Nigerian government of a food and nutrition emergency in Borno State, and due to recent success in reclaiming areas previously under control of the militia group Boko Haram, humanitarian actors are getting limited access for the first time in almost 2 years to no-go zones that have been previously engulfed in violence. As these areas become accessible, the United Nations and aid agencies are calling for protection and full support to conduct rapid needs assessments and reach families who have been left without shelter, food, water, or emergency health and nutrition assistance. Evidence from the March 2016 Integrated Food Security indicates that an estimated 617,000 children in northeast Nigeria are currently suffering from acute malnourish. An estimated 250,000 children in Borno alone are acutely malnourished, according to recent UNICEF reports. Those numbers in and of themselves signal an appalling level of human suffering, but more information is required to determine the scale of the crisis and ensure efficient coordination of humanitarian actors. My thoughts on the matter suggest that the particular reasons for the circumstance is because the increase of violence has grown in northeast Nigeria. This actively demonstrates that the fighting is taking place in certain zones of the northeast, and it's affecting the people by means of preventing necessary aid to the people, thus increasing more famine and more deaths in northeast Nigeria. Another major cause of famine in northeast Nigeria is the high food prices. The food prices have gone up. This actively demonstrates that millions of people in the northeast of Nigeria do not have enough to eat. Almost 2 million people in the northeast are currently displaced and do not have access to their agricultural land and production tools. In many areas of the Lake Chad region, insecurity and movement restrictions have limited farmers' ability to plant crops. Along those lines, drought is another major factor that plays a role in increasing famine and high food prices. Droughts have caused more environmental refugees in recent years than any other time in human history, and have also caused more deaths than any other natural disaster in the second half of the 20th century. Frequency of drought has also challenged traditional farming systems in northeast Nigeria. People in the region are mainly subsistence farmers and nomadic livestock herders, hence the agriculture-based rural economy. Based on the root causes of this issue, my thoughts on the matter suggest that we need to take serious cautions to prevent and stop these causes from increasing famine in northeast Nigeria. With violence being one of the major issues that prevent assistance and distribution of food and water in certain areas, I think it's very important to ensure security while venturing into these regions. In spite of the fact that the Organization of Action Against Hunger has already called for protection and full support, I feel like it's necessary to reach somewhat higher up to deal with the criminal activities going on and apply more security when reaching people in these violent areas. Considering drought is another issue to be at hand, my thoughts on the matter suggest that we should gather other organizations to come together and propose the idea of distributing water in regions that need it. Another helpful approach may be to harvest rainwater. Harvesting rainwater is another helpful approach because when collecting rainwater, you can store it away when there's drought. In the end, there are going to be a lot of problems like famine in Nigeria, but I believe that there are ways and solutions that can point the situation in the right direction. Thank you for listening to this presentation.